today is about curb appeal. How exciting. Hello, welcome to day 3. It's a day 3 of the seller series. Hello. It's curb appeal today. We're talking curb appeal, okay? I got my little helper back here. I'm doggy sitting for my sister. That's my little nephew. And I've got notes here. So I'm getting fancy on you guys. Got notes on my computer. So if I look down, I got it right there and I can just talk to you, okay? So my goal is to get these videos out twice a week. I missed my Wednesday, Friday mark this week, but hey, things happen. I'm still going to be here for you, okay? So day 3, curb appeal. What is it? Well, let's dig in and I'll let you know. All right, I shut my blinds. I think maybe that lighting's a little better. Okay, so you might be thinking, what is curb appeal? Okay, it's exactly as it sounds. But not just the curb. It's actually, what does your house look like? The condition, the yard, everything from the sidewalk to the home. Okay. Why is it important? Because you want to stop. So when we do listing photos, for instance, we always say, hey, you want to stop the scroll. Okay. So you want people to be searching and then they're like, ooh, that's the house I want right there. Let's go look at it. You want the same thing in front of your house, which includes the backyard. And I'll get to that because you want people to stop and say, whoa, I'd love to live in that house. Okay. So, it brings appeal to your house. You could potentially get more money for your home as well. And some people don't want to bother with landscaping or yard cleanup, okay? So that could deter them from the get-go, all right? So there you go. Okay, so why is curb appeal so important? Well, as I described in the last video, the last episode, the 2 senses that buyers use the most when they're previewing homes is sight and smell. So curb appeal is directly dealing with sight. Now, if there's smells there, that's going to be a problem too. Okay. But you want to think about, when you drive up to a house, if it's an eyesore, so if buyers are driving up to your house and it's an eyesore, you could be preemptively preventing someone from buying it and having a negative view about the condition of your home. So your home could be the Taj Mahal on the inside, but if the outside doesn't look that great, then they're going to have an initial thought about what the condition of your home is. Does that make sense? So why wouldn't they might be thinking, why wouldn't they take care of the yard? Okay. So one thing I always tell buyers is to look at the yard, look at the yards in the neighborhood. What kind of pride of ownership do they have? Now, listen, that doesn't mean you don't have pride of ownership. There's all different reasons, okay? And sometimes it's not a big deal to people. So don't feel bad if your yard isn't amazing, okay? If you haven't kept up with it. It will be worth it to get the most money for your sale of your home, okay? And it doesn't have to be extremely expensive either, okay? So here we go. Okay, so here we go. What kind of things would help the curb appeal of your home? A simple cleanup may suffice, okay? So in Phoenix, Arizona, where I am, weeds are a big issue, and I swear they grow every 2 minutes. But just pulling them or spraying them can make an enormous difference, depending on where you live. If you have leaves in your yard, rake them up. Light fixtures, believe it or not, like your front door light fixture, even the ones around your yard. So some people have hardwired landscaping lights and some people have solar powered lights. So just make sure those are working. Okay. If you've got rocks anywhere in your yard, so those of us in the Southwest, that's a big landscaping item. So if they're scarce in some places, just have some delivered and fill them in. Okay. Keep your lawn mowed. Okay. Or add some grass. You don't have to have a watering system that's automatic to have grass. You can just water it by hand, okay? And it's perfectly acceptable to do that. You can get some sod. You can put it in your backyard, your front yard, whatever it may be. And those are some really simple things from the get-go that you can do to ramp up. Was that the right word? Ramp up? Ramp up your curb appeal. We're going with it. Okay, so sometimes, I keep saying okay. We just talked about cleaning up your yard. Sometimes you can, your whole house needs painting, okay? And there's other things to do. If you don't want to do all this stuff, you can also, that's when you can talk about pricing, which I'll get into later, right before you list. And you can always price it to kind of make up for the things that you don't want to do, okay? Sometimes your whole house needs painting. Sometimes it just needs touch-ups. Sometimes you can just paint the front door. That'll work too. And it makes it more appealing. So you're just kind of talking to the people saying, come on in. Look how great I look, okay? Another thing you can do, put a new doormat in front of your door, front and back, okay? So we're talking about cleanup in the front yard and the backyard, all right? You can power wash your driveway, your sidewalks, and including the side yard too, okay? So like I said, front yard, backyard. This goes for both. So if you have a lot of junk in your backyard, clean it out. I think you can get those big trash bins that come for $300 for a month, and they just park it in your driveway, and you can just throw stuff out. So that might be something awesome for you to do before you move to your next house too, okay? So next, you can plant trees, you can plant shrubbery. It doesn't have to be expensive either. I mean, you don't have to, but sometimes it adds to the appeal. You can also use potted plants out front, out back. You can add a planter box maybe, or just in little decorative pots, out by the front door, by the drive, on your back patio. You can also get trees that are in pots, okay? And so, you can plant some flowers. Do that kind of thing. I already talked about getting rid of the junk. So just make it as appealing as possible. Okay. Do you have to add trees and plants? No, but it's an idea. So even if I, like I said, get potted, flowers and things like that. Okay. Now this one's going to sound crazy, but get a new garden hose. Take the old one with you if you love that thing. Okay. Get a new garden hose. It just looks good. It looks clean. Take a look at your garage door. Does it need painting? Like I said, look at your pathways. Does the lighting need updating? Either hardwiring, fix it, or replacing solar lights. And maybe get a yard ornament. There's lots of fun ones out there, just to make it whimsical. And, if your mailbox is kind of junky, you could replace that. And then the last thing I would say is to make sure that your numbers are visible from the street, because that can be extremely frustrating when people are looking for homes. But then it also makes it easier if they're driving by to write it down and send to their favorite realtor to maybe get a look at the home, okay? So that's it. That's day 3 of the Seller Series, Curb Appeal. And I'll be back next with all the things, and you'll see what that is. Have a great day. Thanks for watching. Tune in next time for all the things. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Whoop, whoop.